What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B-Hop Radio Shout In. As always, I got my podcast partner off in this thing, OG Gangsta Wicked, a.k.a. Big Galaxy of Ghetto Mafia. What the hell's going on, Wick?
Oh, man, I'm in the building early this morning, man. First, I want to give thanks to my creator for waking me up. And everybody else out there, you know what I'm saying, that their creator woke them up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's first and foremost.
That's right.
But I couldn't wait to get here this morning. Yesterday we did a take. We gave it our takes on the Kendrick Lamar and Drake, situation. I want to set the table for that first. There's a few things I want to unpack. When we debated about it yesterday and we talked about this whole situation, we didn't know at the time that it was Drake's security that had got shot. That's the first thing. Yeah. A lot of times we'll do these, we'll give our take on something, and an hour later, by the time you don't got home or I don't got home, something has changed. Yeah. So now what we said before, it kind of it seems off to a person that's hearing it 2 hours later. So I did want to clear that part up. Yeah. At the time we gave our take yesterday, we didn't know if it was even had anything to do with Drake's house. We just knew it was in the neighborhood. Yeah. So now we have found that out that it was in the neighborhood. Now, with that being said, we still don't know that if Kendrick had anything to do with it. Nah. Drake is a superstar. Anything could have happened. It could be over anything. Yeah. You understand? It could not have anything to do with Drake. Yeah. Well, how could we can't assume that the security guard didn't have his hand in some mess. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Been cheating to have 3 women. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know what that actually was about. Now there was some things that I wanted to come this morning and really get off my chest that I was disturbed about, because one thing I will say this right here, people can say whatever they want about me, but I go through the comments. I don't feel no bigger than anybody out here that leaves a comment. I feel like if a person leave a comment, whether he cussing me out or whether he's showing me love, that's right. You know what I'm saying? He deserves for me to read it. That's right. So I can at least see take the temperature of what the people are saying. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Some people are just very, very disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? They won't say nothing in your face. You know what I'm saying? Sitting somewhere in somebody's mama basement. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Giving you hell. You know what I'm saying? Got elephant balls behind the computer. That's right. You see what I'm saying? So you have a lot of people like that. There were people in the comments that I went down. There were people that said that I wasn't a fan of hip hop. That I'm one of the gatekeepers. Even though I caught the martyr bus over here, I haven't profited one dime from the rap game. Haven't been in no parties, but I heard people say that. You know what I'm saying?
Now you a gatekeeper?
I'm a gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? I'm rubbing elbows with the big guys. So I hear some of everything. Some of the stuff I'm just laughing about. There are people that went the other way have said that I'm a fanboy.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
They called you a fanboy?
I'm a fanboy of Drake. Then you got people on this aisle saying that I'm a fanboy of Drake. Then you got people on the other side saying I'm a fanboy of Kendrick Lamar. I don't know which with it. I'm gonna get pulled this way. I'm you know what I'm saying? One thing I will,
so disrespectful.
I mean, you know what? One thing that I will say is this right here. You know what I'm saying? Vince McMahon said a long time ago, if when they stop, cussing you out, that's when you got a problem. That's right. So long as y'all talking to me, whether it's good or bad, you know what I'm saying? Whether I'm the good guy or the villain, I feel good. Now let me dive into a few of these, these things that people were saying. Yeah. Because there were good positive things. Looks like Ray Will 9149. I can't see. I'm blind, but said just reading through the comments and my reading through these comments. My takeaway is when an elder's voice, experience, opinion, or perspective is quickly dismissed in the community, that's a crumbling community. And we're all losing out. And so, I want to highlight people that do say good things. And what he's kind of saying right there is, okay, a lot of people don't know Beehive, a lot of people don't know Wick, and other people that have spoken on this situation that has no dog in the fight. You and I have no dog in the fight. Exactly. We don't care. We don't know Kendrick and we don't know Drake. Yeah. So we're not on the side of Kendrick and we're not on the side of Drake. You know who we're on the side of? What? The culture.
Come on now.
You see what I'm saying? So let's get that straight out there. We're not on the side of either one of these two. We're on the side of the people, of the culture. So get that through your head. Second of all, he's absolutely right. When we get to the point to where You know, these guys are a lot younger than me. The reason I speak on what I speak on and say that this is a, you know, it's not a such thing as just petty beef, or it's just a rap battle, or it's just, you know, anybody from the hood. Be how you from Southwest Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Candler Road.
Yeah.
And McAfee to be exact.
Yeah.
And one thing I know about my hood, and I'm sure your hood and a lot of people hood out here, crumbs turn into bricks. 8Ball and MJG had a song about that,
That's
turning
true.
crumbs into bricks.
Exactly.
How many times when you was young, be how you was coming from school, as you and you know, it's 10 of y'all, and you know, and it started off with just joning. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's all fun and games. So you joining somebody, they joining you. Until one person takes the joke, it's in the eye of the beholder how they take that particular joke. They can let 9 other jokes go. But when you say that one thing, you talked about my mama, you talked about my one-armed sister, something that I thought that you knew was off limits. Now it don't went into gunplay. Or now somebody don't got stabbed. Or now, you see what I'm saying? So for somebody to get in the comments and say, oh, this is just a rap battle, y'all making too much of it. Well, obviously you're not from the hood, because I have been around long enough that I know what this type of senseless stuff turns into. A lot of people that in here telling me that it's not just that serious. They just two people. They just battling. You know, we making more. Well, these are the type of people that be at the gas station with their phones on while our females are fighting each other. Titties popping out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got the balls to jump in there and say, no, this is not what we gonna have. Or letting your son and my son shoot each other when it could have been an OG or somebody there. You know what I'm saying? But look, little fella, this is what. See, we got too many people sitting around saying, it ain't no problem. Just let this go. It can't turn into nothing. What you mean it can't turn into nothing? You can't be from the hood if you don't think that calling a man a pedophile, or vice versa, whether he was right or whether he was wrong, whether he said, if two people going back and forth on wax cannot turn into gunplay, that's a person that's a fanboy, that's an idiot out here. Second of all, be high, and this is right here. I want to talk to everybody out here about this right here. I'm gonna tell you the art of beef and what really happens when these type of situations goes on. A lot of times it ain't Kendrick. A lot of times it ain't Drake. If you ask me, neither one of them look like they can fight. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just my opinion of them. But it's a lot of people around them that they both take care of in camps that probably can. Let me tell you how this plays out. I'm looking on, I'm going to different platforms, you know, just reading comments, right? Even just with me on this, on the one I did the other day, you got people going down the middle. You got some people saying, you know, Wick, you're a hater because, you know what I'm saying, Drake really did all that Kendrick said, and, you know, they dug in. You know, they dug in. They Kendrick fans, and they dug in on Drake. Then you got the same way, the other way. You got fans that are with Drake. Man, y'all just mad because Kendrick lost. He thought he was gonna start something with goddamn Drake, and Drake hate him, and you got blah 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 and blah blah blah. And you know what I'm saying? They're dug in, right? Each side will come right on here and cuss me out. About saying anything, even if I'm right down the middle. Like I said, I don't have a dog in the fight. But both fan bases will come right on here and cuss me out for speaking on it, right? If you would come on here and cuss a person out for speaking on it that has nothing to do with it, what would you do to people that was involved in the beef in the first place? Meaning, if you're a Kendrick Lamar fan and you'll cuss me out, what would you do to a Drake fan? Drake fans, what would they do to Kendrick Lamar fans? See, that's what happens. See, if Drake fans perceive that Kendrick Lamar lost this beef, right? If Drake fans perceive that they lost the beef, now they're taking their anger out on Kendrick Lamar and his fans. You said now they're angry. Now I see it. I done already seen it in the comments. Man, y'all motherfuckers, y'all Kendrick Lamar fans, y'all just some hating that nigga, man. Then one of y'all can't stand on this shit. When I see y'all in the streets, now y'all already got there. It ain't Kendrick and Drake saying when they see each other, it's on sight. But then you got the two fan bases when they say it happened with Big and Pop. It has happened with some of everything. We had a young rapper die at a cookie store, man, and don't know what it don't mean that what's the name shot him.
Yeah.
But it could have been somebody around that's hearing the beef that's going on that feels compelled to take up for you. I have to watch my mouth what I say about another rapper, because it doesn't mean that when I see that rapper that's going, I'm an OG. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be out here fighting nobody. I ain't trying to be out here shooting no pit. I'm trying to get me some money and sit down.
Come on.
But I got people that do love me. So when I talk a certain kind of way, or if niggas around me feel like that I'm agitated and they perceive that I am upset, I got Decatur niggas that they will stand for me when they see you out in public and you don't say something about me. Because when you say something about me, you said something about Decatur.
Yeah.
See, people don't understand that. When you talk about High, you're talking about Southwest Atlanta, Georgia. When you say something about Goody Mob, you're talking about Southwest, you're talking about SWATs.
Yeah.
You know, so me saying, oh man, me and CeeLo, Wick and CeeLo did just beef. No, ain't such thing as them two just beefing.
Yeah.
What it is Decatur, and then you done brought the South Side and the East Side in together, and that's when people get hurt.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I'm telling people. There's no such thing as this beef draws the culture in because of the magnitude of the two artists. And if an idiot can't see that, then he ain't from the streets.
Mm-hmm.
That was my take behind. I'm upset.
My take on this one though, Wick, I definitely feel where you're coming from. I think what's going on now, what kind of disturbs me is that the audience really doesn't want anybody to stop this beef in its tracks. And for me, even though somebody got shot outside of Drake's house that might not have nothing to do with nothing,
right?
It's time to call a timeout.
Right.
It's time for both parties to say, hey, man, Drake got some personal issues that he's dealing with right now. Right. We're going to take a time out on this beef. Right. It's not that damn serious. So if you are thinking that it is, it's not.
Right.
But we need to make a public service announcement to the people to let them know to bring it on back in. That's entertainment, y'all. Right. This nigga got real life stuff going on right now as we speak.
Correct.
The other part that I had was, you know, at what point do the labels step in and say, all right, y'all, see, the problem is that it's not bad for business.
Right.
It's not bad for business.
Right.
So if somebody does pass, guess what? That's great for business.
Great for business.
We have to hold people accountable and say, okay, powers that be, are y'all going to say, no, we're not going to distribute these kind of records. Y'all need to find a different way to compete. Because where I'm at with it now, after my life of seeing hip-hop and growing up in hip-hop and seeing the outcomes of beefs or people that are into it with each other, it's time out for that. It's time to get back to the creativity, okay?
Absolutely.
Let's see who can make the best damn record, period.
Correct.
Let's say, hey, this artist is better than this artist because he's flat out making better records.
Better music.
Y'all let the music compete with each other.
Correct. Man. We done got away from that. We have gotten away from that. And it's disappointing because we associated this type of foolishness with being a young rapper. Yeah. We thought that once you got a certain age or a certain status in the game that you would kind of be on it. You might every now and then take a shot, like, you know, 50 might troll somebody or something. But I don't see 50 right now in this day, age, and time going back in full-fledged, going back in the studio now to beef with Ross on a record. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's disappointing because I thought that we would kind of be past this right here. And two, like I said, with all we have been through in the culture with the deaths, with the young kids right here, what type of example is this setting now for how can we sit here and tell these young kids that the young rappers that have died, we lost most three, man. We lost great talent. Yeah. And how can we now tell these young artists, you know what I'm saying, as OGs, that's wrong and we out here doing the same damn thing. And then we got a bunch of ignorant niggas in the comments saying, oh man, you know what I'm saying, Wick, you reaching, man, you know, they ain't doing that but beefing, man. Drake should have been called out. This should have been, come on, bruh. A lot of people, like I said, are so unhappy with their life that they just want to see people crash out. As long as they can sit in front of a TV and headphones, Beats by Dre or something, and hear another black man being attacked. We talked about this all the time, black on black crime. We preach this to people. Black on black crime. There's nothing that's good about it. Yeah. It ain't happening in other genres of music. Yeah. So that's an example. If it's not happening in other genres, man, Beehive, we sit around here and fuss and fight, kill each other off, and have people from the sideline with pom-poms rooting it on, right? Mm-hmm. Well, do you know right up under our eyes that the other side is going back and doing jazz. Mm-hmm. They're going back and doing Southern soul.
Yeah.
All these musics that we have abandoned.
Yeah.
That because we so ignorant.
Yeah.
We so worried about ignorant stuff. The other coaches are coming back and getting these songs.
Yeah.
There are people that don't look like me and you, boy, sound better than our BB Kings and stuff are sounding right now.
Yeah.
You better go check on them.
Exactly.
Y'all better go check on Teddy Swims.
Yeah.
And stuff like that's going on right here. A lot of this Southern soul.
Yeah.
There's other, man, you think it's a game out here, we'll lose rap and turn around 10 years later from now, nobody in rap gonna be looking like you and I because we didn't value it when we had it.
Also, those are the two biggest chess pieces on the board, Kendrick and Drake.
Right.
And J. Cole could have been like, you know what, I see where this is going.
Right.
And y'all ain't about to trick me off the board.
Off the board, right.
Literally and figuratively.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? Because
Correct.
he might be thinking, you know what? Somebody might want to profit off of this in the wrong way.
Correct.
And it leaves me in jeopardy.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying?
Correct. And and then let me look in the camera when I say this right here. For all the people, oh man, it's just rap battle. It's just beef. It's nothing. When you open up Pandora's box, right? Let's be honest. None of us thought that Pac killed Biggie. None of us thought that Biggie killed Pac.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But when you open up Pandora's box, you bring in devils and snakes that have no fight in the game, but another agenda. And now you can start a whole war with it. If I see you and Beehive, if I see you and somebody arguing, and what y'all arguing about, I don't even care about that. Mm-hmm. What I care about is getting both of y'all off the board so that I can do something else.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I can play y'all against each other on that right there.
It's called tricking them off the streets.
So meaning that shooting in front of Drake's house, it could have nothing to do with Kendrick Lamar. But now that I saw y'all beefing, this is my time that I can go ahead and get this off what I'm trying to do. And you know who they gonna think did it?
Come on.
You understand what I'm saying?
I know. I'm with you 1,000%. That's what was going through my mind the whole time too. Correct. As well.
Correct. Because y'all have opened up Pandora's box. You have opened up a door to now all kind of snakes and devils can come in with different agendas, and you set the table for them.
Exactly.
I got a public beef right here, but there's somebody that doesn't have a public beef with me, but is stalking me, is wants to kill me, wants me off the board. And now I just gave him an opportunity to do that and put it on the umbrella of a beef I got with another rapper.
Well, that's just that. That's the bottom damn line right there, Wick.
Right.
I mean, so now I have to let folks know what's going on and what they watching and what they're witnessing. During the Biggie and Tupac beef, after both of them passed, what did everybody say? It was the media that kept on fanning the flames.
They kept fanning the flames,
until both of them winded up off the board.
Right.
Whereas media, we take a stand and say, no, we're not going to fan the flames.
Right.
We say, time out.
Right.
It's time to reconfigure.
Right.
Let's go ahead and, cut the BS out of this thing and get back to the basics.
Correct.
And folks don't want to hear that.
And they don't want to hear that. I'm a hater. Wick a fan, but Wick, your music thing, everything to say about me as the person that's on the outside looking in and say, I'm an OG. I don't see nothing good coming from it. I don't know either one of them. You know what I'm saying? Both of them look like they can't fight. So if you two people look like they can't fight, where you think it's gonna go? How you think it's gonna end up when you got two people scared to fight? It normally ends up in gunplay or somebody being hurt or being killed, or somebody coming in an outside entity.
It's creating that atmosphere for anything
to go down. And I'm going to leave it at that, B. I just want to come in here straighten it. I'm not mad at none of the people. If you cuss me out again, one thing I will tell y'all before I leave, look at the entire video a lot of time, not just the caption on stuff before you go to make your comments. Listen to the entire video and then make a comment, based off everything that you have taken in, not just a caption. But hey, I'm glad you're either on this side or that side, as long as you're on one side when it comes to Wicked.
And for me, just looking back over the whole thing, man, I just would love for the culture to get back to making great music.
Great music, absolutely.
You know, Drake has dropped songs that have changed the game when they drop. Kendrick has dropped songs that have changed the game when they drop.
Correct.
And it's like, let's go back to doing that. You know, I remember Kanye and 50 had that beef, but it was who was going to sell the most records when they both dropped on the same day.
Correct.
So, you know, they putting their best foot forward to move the culture forward and making some of the best music, but we ain't got to worry about nobody getting hurt, but it's still a competition.
Yeah.
And it was still exciting.
Yeah, you come back in the day with Jay-Z and Nelly.
Yeah.
M-Pimp juicing us, Eminem. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it done been some tongue lashes, some people don't. I mean, even NWA them back in the day still never got to the point to where we're in a climate now that
you can't even play.
You cannot play with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about the culture. Everybody has a stick. Everybody's very sensitive. Everybody has ADHD.
Yeah.
And you got so many people, like I said, that'll view this entire thing and they'll play all of us.
Yeah.
They will play all of us.
Exactly.
And I'm talking about entities that come in and say, you know what? So these niggas still playing and fighting right here. Let me swindle this right from up on them since their concentration is on this foolishness.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts on.
Y'all hit the comments. Let us know how y'all feel. Where y'all at with this whole situation, just in the culture in general? And how do you feel like we need to address beef going forward? Is it something that we need to just go ahead and get out of hip-hop altogether and start anew? Or is it something that, you know, can stay but up under a guideline?
Right, you're right. Behind, you know, somebody used to always say, goddamn, honor among thieves. There's certain stuff just don't hit me below the belt. Do we still have that? Honor among, ain't wife and kids off limits?
Yeah. Hit the comments. Let us know how y'all feel. Beehive Radio shouted, Big Galaxy, we gone.